All right, guys, we're going to get right into it because I don't want this video to be too long, but I also want it to be informative because drafting is a key aspect when you're trying to keep your team stable and keep your team up. And I've been doing amazing in drafting. So I'm going to get the basics out of the way first, and that's the actual scouting staff. So I actually don't change my staff every single year. Some of you guys might, and you can if you really want to, but me personally, I don't. I kind of wanted to take a realistic approach. So I actually hired 5 different staffs and I kept them through the 4 years that I've actually had this franchise, 4 or 5 years. So let me tell you exactly how I did that. So how I'll normally do my scouts for these franchises is I'll actually have my tier 3 scout as a wide receiver and cornerback duo. This is because wide receiver and cornerbacks are the key pieces in offenses, and those are going to be the pieces that switch the most, in my opinion, because you'll have a quarterback. If you get a good quarterback, you'll have him for probably your whole franchise, depending on how long you run that franchise. Halfbacks don't get replaced that much. You really don't need it for linebackers, DE, all of that stuff. You can find really good ones at that lower start level. So for me, wide receiver and cornerback talent is my must have. So I have those from my tier 3 and my tier 2 scout, and I keep those there. The only thing I change each year is the regions based on where those positions are most at. I'll have a 1-star for a quarterback and a safety, just in case I need a safety or I need to find a backup quarterback or a quarterback. I'll have another 1-star for interior offensive lineman and my offensive tackle. This is going to allow me to find some talent at the offensive line side of things, because again, offensive line is still important when protecting that quarterback. And again, I'll have one of my scouts actually scout for a defensive end and outside linebacker talent, just because I love having that edge pressure. Having them find me some potential studs there helps a lot. So once that's set up, really, again, I don't change it. The only thing I change are the regions each year. So guys, the real scouting starts in the off season. For me personally, the scouting team really goes to work in the off season. So my main thing is I need to see what I need, and I also need to see what's out there already and what can I get in the draft. So I'm not going to go too much over free agency because again, this isn't a free agency video, but what I do here in the off season of free agency week 1 is I'll go to my NFL rosters and I'll see what I actually have, and I'll actually also display what I'm doing on my computer. I have a notepad pulled up and I actually say what starters I need. So I know I don't need a starting quarterback, which I'll probably get in the free agency. So for here, I'm going to say backups needed, quarterback. And I'm going to do that for multiple positions. So halfback, I really don't need a backup halfback. But again, just in case one of them gets injured, I do need a 3rd string halfback. So that's going to be a backup halfback, which I probably could get in the draft as well. So I'm thinking ahead at that too. Wide receiver talent, I don't need any wide receivers. I don't need any starters. I don't need any backups in my opinion. So I'm good here. Tight ends I don't need as well. I have backups and starters in these key positions. So looking at the line, I just need a backup left tackle. And honestly, I probably could reach and probably draft a left guard. So I'm going to say a starter left guard, even though we don't need a starter left guard. We're probably going to draft that just in case Quentin Nelson retires. So we're just going to put it as a starter, so it's up my priority list. So again, I'm just going to actually go through all of these positions and see what I actually need, and I'll get back to you when I'm on the next method. See what I did? I put all the starters that I needed and all the positions for backups that I needed, and now what I actually do is I just take a quick glance at what's in a free agency, just to kind of gauge if I really want somebody and really want to pay somebody. So I kind of have an idea when I'm actually kind of looking at our draft board. And honestly, for these positions, unless I'm getting backups, I'm probably not going to do anything. I might actually just draft all my backups this year because I have a lot of picks. If you actually look at all the picks I have, damn. If you actually look at all the picks I have, guys, I have 4 first-round picks, like 7 second-round picks, and a 3rd-round pick, a 4th-round pick, and a 5th-round pick. And this is literally just from trading back. What you guys are probably actually going to see me do, because I never really draft 4 times in the first round. I normally either use them to trade up to make a big splash, or I'll use them to actually trade back for future years when I know that my team is not going to be as established or stable, and I can actually have that draft capital to keep this team afloat and keep this team young and talented. So now the fun part, guys, your draft board. So how I gauge my draft board is for backups. I'm really kind of just looking for potential right here. I really don't care that much about these stats just because he's going to be a backup. But again, for a potential undrafted free agency, having a deep accuracy of an A to C, medium accuracy of B to D, short accuracy of C, and a throw under pressure of A, he could be a stud for a potential undrafted free agency. And if you stick around, I'm actually going to show you a neat little way to actually pick up undrafted free agents that not a lot of people know about. So what I'm going to do is I'm honestly probably just going to sift through here. So I really just look at my needs and look at who's on the boards. I don't need Tyler Baldwin, even though he probably could be the generational talent. Me personally, I don't need him, and that's just because I have two good edge threats, and even though he may be better currently, my rookies or my young guys actually performed last year, so I'm okay with keeping them and letting them develop. Plus, I don't want to just go get him because I have the draft capital to do so, because then I'm also sacrificing salary cap. So you actually have to think about salary cap as well. But again, guys, I just kind of go through everybody, go through the positions that I really want. I know I don't need any wide receivers, tight ends. Like I said, I really don't need no offensive lineman besides maybe that left tackle. Cornerbacks, however, I do need a starter cornerback. So I'm honestly probably not going to get none of these cornerbacks because none of these cornerbacks really stick out to me in the first round. Like him for round one talent, I got to see if he's a late first round or a back first round. So I look at the player notes. He struggles to find the ball in the air, so he's not an aggressive ball hawk. He has a motor that runs through the whistle, so he does have a high motor. He often looks to rip the ball from the runner. So me personally, I know he has stripped the ball. He has that on, and he's still disciplined, and he won't get flagged much. But he does have a catching, which actually kind of turns me on a little bit, and he's a 4.41. So I'm actually going to add Ashton Jeffers to my list. At first, I really wasn't thinking about picking him up just because stats really didn't stick out to me. It just depends on where he's at on the board. What I really do to kind of speed this process up is I look on the right side at those traits, and if any of those stick out to me, then I actually go deeper. So Marco Staley projected round 1 to 2. I have the capital to try to go out and get him. His catching is an A, his man coverage is a B, his press coverage is A, his zone coverage is a C. That's cool. Worst case scenario, he could be a backup for me. So he's an aggressive ball hawk for better or for worse. So he's gonna go out and get that ball, and I love that in my cornerbacks, bro. I want you to go out and get that ball. He's actually the first fastest speed cornerback, which is really good that I actually looked at him because I'm actually going to try him out. And he has good ratings on that left side and on here. So he honestly would not be that bad of a pickup for me. Marco Staley actually just got added to my draft board, and me knowing how much draft capital that I already have, I'm actually going to go look for more and more talent. So when it comes to the private workouts, guys, honestly, this is probably your best time to actually do anybody that you may need a little extra boost just to kind of unlock a little bit more. So these are the people that I'm probably going to draft high. So I'm honestly going to see CJ Olsen to see if I really truly want to draft him. I'll also possibly do this wide receiver and Nick Langford and probably Antoine Dawson, because this is going to allow me to actually see if I really want them. And actually, I may take it off of CJ because I know I'm probably going to draft him, and I'll probably actually do this a wide receiver battle because I actually want to see who's actually better in an all around 95% completion. So I'll actually be able to tell once we sim a week just exactly who's better. So that's already locked in, guys. Now we just have to draft. So I always pause the draft on my pick. They picked up George Hopkins, not a bad pick, but again, like I said, you can either pick your player, but again, there's nobody that I really wanted top 5 and that's really worth top 5 in my personal opinion. So what I normally do is I just trade the pick away. I review all the offers, and my thing is I want to build for the future. So what gives me the best possibility to build for the future? I really like Chicago's first round first pick projection. I'm honestly probably going to go with that because I'm going to bet that the Bears do bad. They could possibly do good, but I can also maybe think that they could do bad. I also love second round picks as well because I can draft heat. So there's a couple that kind of like ring my ear. The Bucks, again, the third round pick. So it's like, okay, who's going to do worse, the Bucks or the Bears? And the Bucks are also giving me a third round pick, which I could possibly do something with. So I'm honestly probably going to go with the Bucks here, and I'm gonna take a gamble and actually trade this away for the Bucks. So I hope that doesn't fuck me over in the end, but again, I'm just gonna do that for the rest. All right, so my next pick is in 4 rounds. So I'm actually gonna take a gamble, and I'm actually gonna trade this pick away, and I'm gonna try to pick up Marco Staley at 20 because I do want Marco Staley in the first round. So again, guys, you're gonna want to kind of gamble, but I honestly probably could again gamble and maybe pick him up at 32. But again, with this, I don't want to, just because I'm kind of confident that he might be that dog. So I'm actually going to risk it and draft it here. And again, guys, 94 speed, 87 jumping, 95 acceleration. I'm not mad at that. And he has a hidden dev trait. We picked him up at 20, took that gamble. So we're completely okay with that. We have the pick 32. So I'm honestly probably just going to trade this away. I want to see what I can actually get for this. I'm not too exceptionally worried because I really don't think there's nobody else in the first round. I might just use it because again, it's a first round pick and there may be a player in the first round. So again, I'm just going to check my board, and if there's nobody that I really care about, and I'm just probably just going to trade this away. So again, guys, that's really what it's about. You do the hardest part in the off season with your scouting team. You actually go through all the players, make your draft board, see what you need, so then you can just go to your favorites, see where they're at, and see if you want to take a gamble and draft them early, or see if they fall and slip and you actually get a deal with them. And if you stick around to the end, I'm actually going to show you guys how to pick up all the people that say undrafted free agencies. All right, guys, so we're actually at the draft recap. I'm actually not too mad about how this draft actually went. We got a few hidden devs, and that's honestly just because our scouting team went crazy during the offseason by using the method that I showed you, by simply just researching in the offseason and putting them on your favorites and knowing when to get them and when to reach. Final thing that I'm actually going to show you guys is how to get undrafted free agents, and it's honestly so simple. Here it is. So to pick up unrestricted free agents, guys, week 1 of the preseason, you have to do this on week 1. You just go to the free agents. You can't do top 100 or it's not going to show. You just filter by what positions you want to look for. So for example, I'm going to do wide receivers. I'm going to filter by age 21 because most of the time they're going to be young since they're unrestricted free agents. And these are all of your unrestricted free agents. As you can see, rookie, that's year 1. Rookie. So you can just actually go through these guys and you actually may pick up a stud. I know I actually picked up a star dev by just simply checking to see if any of these guys were really good. So I just go through here. If I actually see something that I really like, again, guys, all you actually want to do for unrestricted free agents, and you can actually find some really good unrestricted free agents. Take your time and actually kind of look. Like I said, again, I found a star dev halfback before, so I'm not too mad about that. But hopefully this video wasn't too long. Hopefully this video helped. If this video helped, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for what you want to see next. It helps the channel out. And you can also click the video on the left or right to see another Madden tip video. I love you guys to the moon and back. I'm out. Peace.